Horizon Chats, Home Studio Reaction. This is How to Win an Interstellar War. Bachang Kurzgesagt. Exterminatus, why not, right? Yeah. All glory to the Imperium, for the Emperor. Nah, fuck that, right? Skull for the Skull Throne, blood for the Blood God, Slanesh, yeah? Okay, some of you like, what the fuck you on about, right? Just like that's, yeah, it's better you don't know. Yeah, so this is about Interstellar War. Again, one of those like cool, hypothetical things that Kurzgesagt does. This is why I love this channel. It's not just point blank, just science, right? I mean, it is science, but it's just not like something that just we already know. It's like fun hypothetical things as well, based on whatever we know about science at the current time, or we can hypothesize about the future, which is like great. Right, I like how he basically does that, like how to, transform Venus, transform Mars, things like that, which is like fun things. I always said, like, Interstellar War, right now, only thing I can think of, obviously there's much more discoveries happening right now. They might not be solid right now, but we can use that as to hypothesize what can we use in the future. But at least right now there are nukes, right? Ungodly amounts of nukes we can use. And then again, like, how are we going to use those nukes? These are going to be still ballistic weapons, right? And if there are some aliens that we might be fighting and they are here, basically, they probably have some kind of a defense weapon that would stop fucking missiles, right? Doesn't matter how many Mach speed it goes. Doesn't matter how fast it is. It's a ballistic in the end. But if, maybe if they can't, or maybe if we make such a big nuke that even if they stop it, the collateral damage would be too damaging anyway. Maybe that would work, but then again, that would damage us as well. So yeah, I think we can kill aliens, but I think, because, that way we can also kill ourselves. So it's just like mostly like, I don't know. But yeah, this is going to be fun. I'm sure, he's going to talk about different type of weapons, right, that might happen in the future, which is going to be fun. So let's watch it. Remember, people, flag my next and no phone and subscribe. So I know which type of videos to react to. I love science or anything scientific related. If you already don't know, I've done quite a few Kurzgesagt video, Vsauce and things like that. Yeah, if you know any other channel that is as good as this or something like that, comment down. And yeah, let's watch it.
Be prepared to make contact. Our new limited drop has landed, only on the Kurzgesagt shop. Could aliens destroy us from light years away? Another day at the Kurzgesagt labs, where we answer the most important questions with science. Today, how might civilizations wage war across light years? What kind of devastating weapons could
Only Kurzgesagt video that Pentagon will watch.
they use, and what would they look like? Meet our two players, a yellow dwarf star system home to a species of primates. Humans, as they call themselves, recently became a technological civilization. They have rockets, nuclear reactors, and memes. How cute. The Smorpions disagree.
In that order.
They reside on a planet around the orange dwarf star HD 40307, 42 light years away. Smorpion civilization developed earlier than humans, and they have much better technology.
Why
They've
3 eyes,
recently
man?
built a Dyson swarm around their star, which gives them near limitless energy, and they noticed humanity.
Yeah, three eyes are kind of scary. Because when you think like, oh, that's stupid, you have 2 eyes, you have depth perception, why do you give a shit? If you have 3 eyes, you really have a depth perception. Like, you can really basically just, right now, if we want to know like how far away something is, we know it's far. We can differentiate like what is the distance between two, but we can't accurately differentiate. We need something like some kind of a like laser guided thing just to tell us how far, inches or meters, whatever away thing is, right? If you have 3 eyes, I'm pretty sure we can just basically know how far away something are. Now there are like sharpshooters out there, like some of the like people's like Olympic people and things like that who just like can just guess how far away that is. But then again, it's mostly guesswork through practice. But if you have 3 years, we can really see like how far away what is with the accuracy. That's like scary. Everybody's sharpshooter at that point.
Which is unfortunate, as the Smorpions are planning a hyperspace bypass through our solar system. So they decided that humanity has to go. Interstellar War is hard though. Front lines, tactics and logistics are meaningless at these scales. It's also fought across time. Decades will pass between firing a weapon and learning whether it hit or not. Sending an invasion fleet is futile. Even if the Smorpions travel at a large fraction of the speed of light, the journey to Earth would take decades or even centuries. and humans would have plenty of time.
Imagine like we create a war fleet, right? Some kind of a war fleet that basically go after them, which are like far away. It takes thousands of years just to reach them, and they're just sitting there with the higher technology, just like, with small eyes like this. Oh, for God's sake, look at them slowly coming here. Just witnesses basically slowly approaching, and just like one laser shot, like entire fleet is dead. There you go. Yeah, at that point, just give up.
Time to prepare. If you want to learn more about the mind-numbing problem of war between alien civilizations, we made a video about it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Today, we'll help the Smorpians construct a weapon that is not only extremely long-range and as fast as physically possible, but that will totally destroy everything on Earth, so no human survivors will come to enact vengeance on Smorp in the future. In Interstellar War, you want to win with one shot. Our bird scientists have found 3 Smorpian designs: the star laser, the relativistic missile, and the ultra-relativistic electron beam. All based on real technologies that humans are using in some form already. Let's see how they work.
Oh, this is great.
The star laser. As an advanced technological civilization, the Smorpians harness the energy of their star by surrounding it with billions of solar power satellites. This Dyson swarm collects 1% of the star's energy output, 1,000,000 billion watts, 50 billion times more than all humanity generates. What if all the power of the Dyson swarm, all those satellites, were used to create a star laser? Like any laser, the bigger it is, the longer its range.
Just take a moment to realize like how big the sun is. It would take about 1,000,000 amount of Earth or something, right? I don't know exact number, but that's how many Earth would fit inside the sun. Now imagine that fucking diameter. Now imagine putting that many Dyson swarm, things there, right, made out of metal. Where you gonna get all those metal? There are asteroids. How long it's gonna take? So if like alien comes here, this is gonna take a long time. So what, alien's gonna wait around? The point is basically that we are not doing shit right now, right? None of this, like, okay, I get it, like, there is no evidence of any alien being out there, so why would we do it? But still, like, it doesn't hurt to basically explore space, especially like you can get some like rare earth material and things like that. And these are really important things, especially with the current world, with technological world, iPhones and shit. There are many rare earth material that are needed to make these things, and there are reasons that they are rare. So we are going to face issues in the future anyway. Like everything is basically chip made, whether it is a laptop, mobile, or anything that has a chip in it nowadays. And those chips need rare earth materials. And obviously some of the rare earth are mostly in China, but that's a different thing. But even there is like kind of rare, right? So you can't really find it. So we are going to come across this issue anyway. So, Elon Musk, whatever he's doing, like, you can have opinion about him, but I'm pretty sure his like long vision is, asteroid mining, right? You can't just say, okay, fuck it, I'm going to asteroid mine and just launch a rocket from there. You need to develop and build a, space thing the way he's doing right now. He's building an arsenal of anything space related. He's thinking of making a base on Mars. It's not just about putting people there, it's about putting base there, because closest thing to this asteroid belt is Mars. So, at least he's thinking of that, right? So, I don't care like who get rich off of this as far as humanity benefits. And I think what Elon Musk is doing, and obviously that Bezos is also following that, it's going to benefit humanity in the long run. So at least that's good.
Human-built lasers use small mirrors to focus, so they have short ranges. The Smorpians could turn their entire Dyson swarm into a collective focusing element 1,000,000 kilometers wide. The star laser has an insane range as a result.
That star.
Enough to focus on target Earth from a distance of over 2 million light-years. Okay, let's shoot it. Countless tiny beams combine into a single huge beam. Laser beams are normally invisible in space, but the star laser is so powerful that light scattering off bits of dust and gas in its path makes it clearly visible in the sky. A gigantic column of green light. The laser travels at the speed of light, which oddly enough is still pretty slow on a galactic level. It takes a whole day until the laser has left the Smorpian system.
Yeah, next solar system, that if we want to hit it, would take 4 years to reach it, because it's 4 light year away, Proxima b, right?
Shooting into the emptiness between stars. It will travel for decades, occasionally melting the odd bit of interstellar dust or asteroid. 42 years after being fired, it arrives without warning. Humans only notice a weird green glow in the sky, and then they're gone. 1% of the energy of a star concentrated into a beam the diameter of Earth, traveling 42 light years. It burns the exposed half of the planet with the intensity of 3 million suns. The seas boil and evaporate, fires scour the land, and within minutes, Earth's crust begins to melt into a sea of lava.
Basically.
As the planet rotates, it turns into a red-hot hell with no trace of life. After a day, it's all over and the laser dies down. In another 42 years, the Smorpions will know if they've been successful. That's another thing about Interstellar War.
Genocide.
When you attack, your grandchildren will be the ones to find out if you won. It's like all the bombs from World War II exploding in the 80s and us only seeing the effect today. Okay, the star laser's extreme range, speed of light attack, and ability to melt down any target make it a premier interstellar weapon. But is there something else? The relativistic missile. What if, instead of converting the energy of their Dyson swarm into a laser, the Smorpions used it to shoot a super bullet? A relativistic missile, going as close to the speed of light as possible. This sort of weapon is at the limits of what the Smorpions' technology can handle, as it requires loads of a highly dangerous material, antimatter, the evil twin of regular matter. Humans have only managed to produce a few nanograms of antimatter. With their unlimited energy, Smorpions can manufacture it at an industrial scale to build antimatter rockets. When antimatter and matter are mixed, they annihilate, which in more practical terms means there's a big boom releasing gamma rays and plasma. The physics is...
It's much bigger than fusion, right? Because everything like fission, fusion, both have like some kind of a wastage with it. Like it's not completely efficient. Matter antimatter is like full efficient. Like it's just like nothing's left. It's just completely... Imagine that shit, like more titanic than fusion bomb. Tsar Bomba was nothing. It was just like a start of what we can do, right? We just like, oh, buddy boy, let's just stop. We just stop from there. Otherwise, it would have been like 1,000 times more stronger than that by now. So imagine that shit. Like this is like even worse than that. How who knows how worse? That could be 100,000 times more powerful than Tsar Bomba or some shit like that. So imagine that shit, right? And imagine the level of matter that would contain in this missile. I'm pretty sure like if they can do it right, it would just explode the whole planet. But that would be overkill, I guess. They could do it, like we're talking about aliens right now.
Complicated, but basically, if you have a really strong magnetic field, you can deflect the plasma through a nozzle, just like in the chemical rockets humans use.
But you want to play Fallout? Obviously we can do that.
The fastest rocket possibly, basically. Our relativistic missile is much bigger than a skyscraper.
What the fuck?
At the bottom is the bell-shaped magnetic nozzle, 100 meters wide. On top of it are 250 floors filled with antimatter and matter ready to annihilate each other. On the top floor is a 300-kilogram projectile looking quite small, about the size of a person. To stop them getting damaged on the way, the missiles have dozens of sacrificial layers that form a Whipple shield. To make sure they do their job, the Smorpions build 1,000 missiles.
I feel like we are... this technology of missile we have is like kind of like crude when we really think about it. Like we have to use like 99% of it just fuel. Only top 1% is just like a weapon. It makes sense for us. But I think aliens might use some different thing, especially like, I don't know, like that, they could basically, that, what is that umbrella thing, right? Shield type of thing that you can stand and just shoot laser at it. That it could accelerate close to the speed of light. They could do something like that, right? A weapon with a windshield type of thing with it, which we can, shoot a laser at it just to increase the speed or something. I don't think they would use literal fuel like that, because that would be like, okay, I don't know, you're using antimatter at this point, right? You're shooting something at like way far in the distance, and using this kind of like fuel type of system feels weird. I don't know, maybe.
Let's fire them. Launching all the relativistic missiles is a spectacular event. For a moment, the antimatter engines lighting up outshine their star. Their exhaust is a long trail of brilliant white, and as they accelerate away, they appear redder and redder until they turn invisible. With the extreme amount of energy released by the matter-antimatter reactions, the missiles are accelerated to 99.9999996% of the speed of light.
That's way too close.
They have effectively infinite range, as there's nothing really to slow them down. They arrive shortly after you can see them. The light from their launch will take 42 years to reach Earth, so human astronomers might see the flash of the missile's launch and then a few days later, they'll hit. Not enough time to prepare. Each relativistic missile packs the kinetic energy of a dinosaur killer asteroid, so only one needs to hit. They never reach the ground, disintegrating instead at the edge of Earth's atmosphere. Intense blue flashes set everything on fire. Then continent-sized fireballs slam down on the surface to smash everything into dust, repeatedly, until nothing is left but rubble and smoke.
Yeah.
So interstellar missiles with unlimited range, minimal warning, and delivering complete destruction of a planet's surface. Nice. But they are a
You know what? One thing I've noticed about warfare is that we are really prejudiced people, especially when it comes to military. We do things based on what we perceive of enemy, right? Like how is enemy conducting himself, regardless of that enemy's threat to us or not, and we base things based on that. It's like better safe than sorry mentality when it comes to military. What if that's the norm with every species in the world, right? It's not just a human thing. And what if like an alien basically observe us, see how chaotic we are, and just like come to a conclusion that they are going to be a threat to us, and basically does this shit? There's a high chance that this kind of missiles might already be in the way, so we might be fucked tomorrow. Who the fuck knows? But one thing good about that, like whatever radio signals we've sent, only hit just few stars. And I don't know, it feels like if those stars had any kind of like a life to it, early crude signs of life would have some kind of a radio signals to it, and we would have detected that. So there's a good chance maybe whatever alien life is out there, hasn't detected us still, right? At least one thing is for damn sure, like, observing the spectrum of light basically, and dominating it, not dominating it, knowing how it works, at least gives us tool that when alien detects us, there's a good chance we will detect them as well. Or maybe before, if they were like before us, or that obviously had technology before us, because how else would they be so advanced? I don't know.
Hassle to build. Is there something else maybe? The ultra-relativistic electron beam. Humans do funny things to their food to rid it of bacteria and make it safe to eat, like shooting electron beams at strawberries.
Yeah.
Small particle accelerators send electrons into the food with an energy similar to the radiation from nuclear reactions. Not enough to burn the food, but deadly to bacteria. Scorpions had the same idea, but bigger. The main challenge with an electron beam is range. Electrons are negatively charged particles, so they don't want to stay near each other. A regular electron beam will quickly spread out, making it harmless. Scorpions need it to cover distances of dozens of light years, so they've used the rules of the universe to trick the electrons by building an ultra-relativistic electron beam, or UREB. What it does is accelerate the electrons to 99.99999999999 9999999999999% of the speed of light. Faster than even the most powerful cosmic rays. The closer something travels to the speed of light, the slower time moves for it relative to the rest of the universe. And since these electrons are moving so incredibly fast, for every second of spreading they experience, over 5 million years pass in real time. A physics trick that lets the beam cross interstellar distances while remaining tightly focused on its target. The biggest particle accelerator on Earth is 27 kilometers long. The Scorpions need one that's over 100,000 kilometers long, a megastructure 8 times longer than Earth is wide. It's mostly a tube of magnets holding the beam together until the exit. Like a long trumpet of doom surrounded by an aura of deadly radiation. When it's fired, it produces a ruler-straight lightning bolt pointed at Earth. Its effects on arrival are less visible than the other weapons. No flashes of light, no massive firestorms, no explosions.
Quick and easy.
It doesn't destroy rocks, it destroys DNA. People get dizzy, then fall sick as their cells are pierced by radiation. You might think that a deep bunker could save a few humans, but no. The UREB is so penetrating that its effects accumulate to lethal doses even underground over days or weeks. In the end, just like our strawberries, Earth becomes sterile. Simulation results.
There you go. It's all like, first I'm like, oh, it's going to be so fast you won't feel anything. But they're like, okay, it's going to be like radiation effect. Oh, you're going to feel everything. It's going to be painful as fuck. Okay. Why is this so fucking depressing? Because why can't these aliens come here and try to like, okay, I'm going to give you better technologies and teach you how to be not dipshit, I guess. I'm hoping for that result rather than this one.
Another elaborate animated science explainer by Kurzgesagt, where we've learned a lot, not sure exactly what. Luckily, the Smorpions don't really exist, but others might. One major downside of all our weapons is that others around the Milky Way could see you firing them, which is not ideal because you don't want to present yourself as a dangerous species and tell everybody where exactly you are. So maybe instead of shouting or shooting out into the universe, the best course of action seems to be to stay relatively quiet for now and observe. Maybe one day we'll witness distant stars shooting at each other and be glad we stayed out of it. But we don't have to stay out of intergalactic fun. There's a peaceful way to join Type 2.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen since we are like shooting radio waves and all the different type of waves left and right all the fucking time. All the TikTok videos are going into space. We are gonna die. All those TikTok twerking and shit, we are gonna die. That's for damn sure. Alright, so there you go. People go to original video page link and support this channel by going to shop.kgs.link/ galactic club. Right, go to just original video page link. That'll be easy like that. Yeah, Kurzgesagt is great, right? If there's one channel to support, it must be this because it's a science. I would promote science over anything because that's the only thing we have. People can like science. What you talk about? Science. People get science wrong all the time. So, yeah, people get science wrong, but that's the only thing that's left. Doesn't matter how many times you get science wrong. Science is the only thing you have. Everything else is just bullshit. Science is not something. Science is literally everything. I hate it when people say that science is like something you can put on the shelf or at side. Everything science. The fuck you on about? Science is what separates us from monkeys, basically. Alright, well, that was how to win an interstellar war by dying. This was by channel by Kurzgesagt in a nutshell. If you like my reaction, do subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you next time.